right, we're going to go ahead and get rolling. And we shall get on here. So step one is punctuality before we go jump into everything. So I'm excited about this new launch for everybody here, just because we have a whole new crew here and half the people aren't even on. So I was excited for everybody. And so now I'm kind of like, oh, you guys don't know what you got missing. So to be honest with you, everybody's in challenge parties right now. And hey, there's Carol, there's Dave. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? All right, we got Diane, George, Lindy. Now everybody's piling on in here. So how's everybody's nights? How's everybody's summer? Some of you guys I haven't talked to in a couple days here, a couple weeks here. How's everybody doing?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. So I just seen Malik on. Where'd he disappear to? Where are my new shareholders at? Where are my new shareholders at? Where's my new area directors at? Mrs. Katie Wiggins, brand new area director. Give it up. Give it up. New rising star, Mrs. Morna. Congratulations. Marion, our brand new shareholder. Welcome to the party. Everybody give it up for brand new shareholder, Miss Marion Bickham.
Yay.
Golfers clap. Golfers clap.
Yay.
We'll pretend you didn't show up 4 minutes late to the party. So we'll pretend we didn't see that. All right, we know everybody else is jumping on. So hey guys, welcome to the relaunch Drive to AD here. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. So has everybody got a chance to watch the Drive to AD the Drive to AD like initial welcome video? Has everybody gotten a chance to see that? Everybody got a chance to know just exactly what's entailed through this process, through this program? Everybody pretty much knows? Yeah. All right, good. So basically, my favorite part of what I've seen, we've already done about 3 classes with this. So I've learned some things. I've grown a little. I've died a little inside. I've got happy inside. And, you know, we know exactly what to do and what not to do because, you know, and I think a big part of this, too, is, you know, I've been with the company for about 8 years now, okay? And my wife, Carol, is actually jumping on the AD program with us. So everybody wave hi to Carol. So you guys will be thanking her here in a little bit because Carol has now wanted to dive into the business. Now Carol has now wanted to dive in here. And I just wanted her, I'm going to totally put her on the spot because a lot of you guys have been following my mentorship for a while. And Carol's actually diving in a lot of this with you too. Now, what you might not know about Carol is she's an amazing wife. Let me go earn some brownie points here real quick. So for after the call, this is primarily the reason why I'm doing this. I'm going to earn some brownie points here real quick. But not only is she an amazing wife, but she works a full-time job. Anybody out there work a full-time job? Anybody else out there think that there's room for improvement to maybe that they could be happier, quality of life could be higher in their life? Anybody out there have any room for improvement? Carol has what she would call her dream job, okay? She's a creative director for her company, and I hope nobody on here is at her work. I don't think so. Nobody works with her. Her boss isn't on. So, Carol, I want you to dive in. If you could just kind of give us a little just brief what you've seen with the AD program, with what the Family Challenge is, and just why exactly you're wanting to step into this role. Because I know there's a lot of moms on here, people that are working full-time, people that are in current places in their life. So I'd love for them to hear from you.
All right. Can you hear me? Okay. The biggest thing for me lately has been, while working full-time, you know, I come home at night and I feel like a lot of times the life is just sucked right out of me. you know, like I don't necessarily enjoy going to work because I'm not encouraged there. I'm not, you know, not saying they have to celebrate me, but just the encouragement and just, you know, being around positive people all the time. And I've just, you know, I've been with Vive for 8 years, and I've gone to lots of events over those 8 years, but just especially, I think I really come to realize and appreciate how positive it is to be around like-minded people and people that are encouraging and positive and uplifting. And so I want other people to feel that too and realize what this company has to offer. And so that's been a big reason why I'm starting to dive back into the company and stuff, and learn more about it and just help people realize that. So, and I think we have the perfect vehicle right now, especially with the family challenge. It's a lot easier to approach people about it. And it's a great way to incorporate others that you love into it too. So, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So
good. You hit on some of the points that I actually wanted to hit on. So guys, the reason why I wanted to bring that up and point that out is because, you know, Carol's been a crucial part of the business here for a very long time, but she's also been the missing part because a lot of y'all I work directly with, or you guys mentor with me directly. And sometimes I feel like I can be a bit overwhelming. Like I'm a futuristic type personality. Like I'm a visionary. And sometimes whether that be good or bad, like I like to think like 5 years in the future. I am so, I've already made so many mistakes with this company. I'm at a completely different level. And what I'm excited for when Carol's coming in is sometimes there's a disconnect. I don't know what you guys are going through sometimes. So therefore I might be trying to explain something and it might be going completely over your head, where now I'm working directly with Carol. She's going to be diving in with all the folks in here, especially with all the mommies and with all the females out there. Who was on that female leadership call, just out of curiosity, by any chance, a couple of weeks ago or last week? Do you guys feel that that was beneficial for you guys? Is that like a different sense? So is that like a different heartbeat of the company, like a different angle that it was all coming from? That's what I can't offer. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know a lot of the females, they'll come over here and they work with me, and I try to like do this, but I think that's been a big, huge missing piece of One Team, One Dream that we have here. And now that, you know, Lindy's actually coming on board, Marion's definitely stepped up her game. Mrs. Nikki Sanders, brand new shareholder out of Detroit. Everybody give it up for Malik and Nikki. They're on their line here. Whoop, whoop. So, guys, now it's to the point where, you know, it's exciting. We got our ADs popping now. We've got the shareholders popping now. You know, everything that we've said the whole time, now the foundation's finally clicking in. And then that little Miss Carol, that little extra added piece that I've been missing, which is going to be able to make us all grow way, 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 way faster. And the last thing I got to shout out real quick is we all got to give Rachel Heisted some love. She just got accepted to the PBV lid, Ashley Sarnicola's PBV lid. Everybody give it up. And then, of course, we got the other two of the three amigos, George and Dave. Thank you guys for your continued success, for always just like, you know, chiming in. The watchdog, George and Lindy, you guys are always there at every single event. We appreciate you. And Dre hit the promoter pool. Dre hit the promoter pool. Katie hit the promoter pool. What the heck is going on with you guys? Like you just all of a sudden just like came to your own or what? Golly. Anyways, it sounds like I'm yelling at you guys, but I'm actually really excited. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into these lessons here because I actually have a special surprise for you guys here in a little bit. At 8:40, our president, Blake Mallon, is actually jumping on with you guys here. Blake Mallon is actually jumping on with you guys here. The reason why we're actually doing this whole relaunch is, Carol, was that not an exciting call, getting a call from them guys? So this particular crew right here, everybody that was on this AD lid, so everybody's going to be upset that they are not on here on time. But I got a call from Blake Mallon the other day. letting us know that one team, one dream, the culture that we've actually instilled and what we all have going on and the numbers that we've all provided, the stories that we're all breaking and cranking. The company is diving into 2 organizations. Okay, they're diving into 2 organizations, and one of them's is actually our team. One team, one dream. So Nick, Blake, and Ashley, and even Ryan Blair, which Ryan never plugs into any of these, team calls things here, functionalities here. They're actually going to be pouring into us between now and the end of the year. So they're going to be on these calls, and they're throwing all of our resources. We've already seen a little bit of it from, Nick showing up at Malik and Nikki's party there. They put 100 people in a room. We've already seen it up in our area, but I just want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing, because with this relaunch, this is a big deal what we got going on. So with the introduction to the Drive to the AD program, we all know what this is. It's basically the structure, it's the format, it's the blueprint to whatever it is that you're looking to do, because everybody works full time. Everybody's already busy. So what this has simply done so far is it just provides everybody that structure, provides everybody that foundation. What we've noticed is the people that actually follow the AD program, they follow it and they take action. So they follow it. What was the second part?
Take action.
Action. The people that follow it and take action, it is 100% effective. Can you thunk it? Can you thunk it? It is amazing. The people that actually take action on the activities that we give them to the T, we give them step-by-step action steps, on average right now are earning $400 or $500 a month, and they're getting $500 or their free Premier Kit for free. So how many of you guys in your team want to have 10 people that help 10 families that are getting a free Premier Kit? How many on here want to help 10 families getting a free Premier Kit? What does that mean for you guys right now? Just off the top of your head, if you have 10 families getting a free Premier Kit, what does that mean for you guys right now? Just off the top of your head. 10 families getting a free Premier Kit. Anybody know what that position that is?
Is it RD?
That's RD. That's RD. Average commission right there of $1,800. $500 in free product. Okay? $1,800 in commission, $500 in free product. 10 families getting a free Premier Kit. Premier Kit is a $300 kit. See how simple that messaging is right there, you guys? That messaging alone is just so simplified, it's not even funny. So a big reason why we're actually restarting the launch program. So make sure you guys all go to Drive to AD. Drive. Make sure I got the right address here. Drive to AD. What is it? What is the website? Drive to AD, right?
Yeah, but it's a number 2.vi.com.
Yeah, I got that in here. It's not going up. Oh, the promo ended.
No, it's extended through Vitality. I thought. I'm looking in my packet real quick.
Okay, somebody coming to me with that. Maybe they.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in the chat in a second.
All right. Well, I got to hurry up and move along with this here. Okay. So basically, with the Drive to AD program, you guys, is that structure, the format. So what you're going to want to do is make sure every single person's going all in together here. So what we got to do is over the next 90 days here, you guys, if you guys give me your all for the next 90 days, if you guys follow me to the T for the next 90 days here, if you executed everything that we said 100% and just let it all, 80 and 90. That's what it is, 80 and 90.vi.com. Thank you, Katie. So make sure contracts are signed. Contracts are signed. So go into 80 and 90.vi.com. Print out the form. That's step one. 80 and 90, print off the form. And what I want you guys to do is I'm going to put my email address on here, and I want you guys to email me a list of your reason why you are doing this business. Why you are doing this business. Because if you never know the why, if you never know why you're doing this business, you will never, ever, 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 ever figure out the how. If you don't know why you're doing this business, you will never, ever, ever figure out the how. So our goal for week one is one customer or one promoter in your business. Okay? Goal for week 1, one customer or one promoter in your business.
Is that starting today?
Is that sardine? What?
Is that starting today?
Starting right now.
You suck.
The reason why that's funny to me is because Rachel just signed up her promoter about 2 hours ago. So that's why she wants it to start today. So yes, Rachel, you can start today. But if you want to work the system, go ahead and count that one that you already signed up.
That's okay. I'll go find another EPS.
Hey, all right. There we go. There we go. You little cheater. You little cheater. So one customer, one promoter for week 1. Every Sunday night at 8 p.m., we all get together and we launch this here together. So what we're doing right now is we're going to introduce VET. So right off the top of my head here, who has all got a chance to be viewing their VET video so far? Who has all had a chance to share in VET? Real quick, Malik, can you do me a huge favor and share just what you've learned from VET, or maybe just like what kind of value you pull out of VET? Oh, he's driving. Dang it. Okay, somebody else.
I feel like I get more confident when I hear them all, and it reassures me that, that way works. So I enjoy listening to it over and over, no matter what it is. So it helps me a lot, so I can feel more confident.
Now, what is so different? I mean, can't you just go buy self-help books? Can't you just watch YouTube videos? Can't you just...
Well, you can, but I feel like it's more tuned to the business that we're in now, and it helps direct us to our ultimate goal. That's what I feel.
That is 100% accurate. And all the training that you're receiving today is the current action steps that will give you the current the tools, the current words that work. Because a lot of times in this business, it's not that people aren't interested in what we're doing. They're just not interested in what we're saying or how we're saying it. So you're learning from the top leaders in the company just exactly what they're saying right now. The key to success and the key to this business right now is gathering information. So if you have the information, if you know the steps, if you know exactly what it takes to go out there and succeed in this business, the main thing is are you constantly seeking out the information? I constantly have so many promoters come to me all the time, and they're like, well, I didn't know we had this. I didn't know we had that. I didn't know we get this. I didn't know we get that. And the primarily reason why people don't have a lot of success is because they don't have the correct information. They're not seeking out the information. They may be waiting on somebody else. And that allows us to get prepared for that stuff and actually have access to that all the time. What it is going to focus on, you guys, is what it's going to develop and what it's going to sharpen is it's going to sharpen you guys' mindsets, your skill sets, and your leadership. So how many people want 100 to 200 people in their organization someday? Doesn't that sound amazing to have 100 to 200 people in your organization that are out there making a difference, that are out there managing their own 9 to 10 customers? What this Drive to 80 program is going to do is it's going to put you in a position to where you feel like you have the confidence and you have the leadership mindset to lead those 100 to 200 people. Let me ask you this real question. Keep your hands up. So raise your hands again if you guys want 100 to 200 people in your business, all with people managing 9 to 10 customers. Keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. Now keep your hand up. Keep your hand up. Everybody keep their hand up. Keep your hand up if you feel like you have the leadership it takes right now and to maintain and lead all those 100 to 200 people. How many people scares the death out of them thinking to manage that they got 100 to 200 people? Like, Nikki, can you guys see yourself up on stage talking to 100 to 200 people in your group? Keep your hand up. If you can visualize yourself on stage talking to 100 to 200 of those people in your team on stage. Carol, wow. Wow. All right. Katie now. George, just raise your hand. Lindy. Hey-o. All right. So I love it, guys. Malik, Nikki, you better be raising your hand up next time you do. We already had to talk about this, lady. We already had this talk. Dre, I could definitely see you guys up there. To be honest with you guys, I see all of you guys managing 100 to 200 people. You are what you believe you are in this business. Dre, you got to put that stuff on mute, brah. You are what you believe you are. So if you believe that you have the capacity, the capability to lead 100 to 200 people, guess what will manifest into your life? You will eventually have 100 to 200 people in your team that you like. Whatever you visualize, whatever the thoughts that you send out to the world, you will manifest into your life. If you constantly think that it's too expensive, everybody says it's too expensive, and if you can't get anybody, what's your business going to look like? A bunch of that stuff. It's all a matter of your attitude. It's all a matter of your swagger. It's all a matter of just the way you carry yourself, just the way that your belief level. What AD program is going to help with that? The VET program helps with that. How you get VET, how you get plugged into VET is you go to getvetnow.com. Getvetnow.com. $29 a month, and you get access to all the leadership and development that you need. So what we're going to focus on right now is the very first one I loved was the first priority of an entrepreneur. Okay, the very first priority of an entrepreneur. How many of you guys have seen a trend that all the most successful entrepreneurs in the world are a little bit nutty? Anybody? Has anybody ever noticed that? Like all the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, all the entrepreneurs, like sometimes they seem a little bit crazy with their thinking. They seem a little bit crazy with their lifestyles. They seem to not do what the normal people do, or like the average everyday, 95% of the world does. Have you guys ever noticed that? They're just a little bit different. Their lifestyles are just a little bit different. Their attitudes are a little bit different. Most of them are happy all the time. It's a matter of, hey, Andrea, yeah, right there, future billionaire right there. So all of a sudden she puts her face up and she's like, it's that right there. That's how you know you got an entrepreneur right there. So, when we talked about your reason why, if you never know why you're doing this business, if you never get deep with why you're doing this business, you'll never figure out the how. And what the why is, it's an emotional, long-term, significant, or philanthropic driver that impacts and provides value. So it's just got to be a long term. I know like my reason why is, I grew up in poverty. So I feel like my significance in this world is I wanted to prove my significance in this world was I wanted all the kids in my area. I wanted all the kids in my area that I grew up with. I wanted to provide an atmosphere for all of them to thrive in. That was a big, huge reason why. I also wanted to never have my kids go through the life that I went through. Now, my mother was amazing, but I didn't like growing up in poverty. Wasn't that fun? Anybody relate? A lot of other folks out there are in poverty, okay? So what it is you can sit there and look at it as that was a negative in your life, or you can think about it and say that was the fuel that made you the person that you are today. You can sit there and look at it like it wasn't a negative. It was actually a blessing. Now you know exactly what you don't want in life. It's actually a blessing in disguise. So that was the reason why. A dream, an emotional, selfish driver that moves you to action. Now, for me, a lot of people get excited in this company about helping people lose weight, about creating entrepreneurs, about the average $500 to $1,000 a month in each household would eliminate bankruptcy in the world today. You guys want to know what my dream was, my emotional, selfish driver? Anybody want to know? So I should have been, my emotional major driver should have been to help kids out. It should have been to, fix the families, fix obesity. But I'll tell you what my main emotional driver was when I first get started is I hate it when people tell me I can't do something. Anybody else out here like that? Anybody got a competitive side to them? Anybody? Anybody got a competitive side to them where they say, you know what, that ain't going to happen?
Oh, no, I'm not competitive at all.
Not at all. You ain't going to do that. That's not going to happen. Guys, that right there, I got so enraged. I got so PO'd. I was going to say pissed, but I didn't know if there's kids on the call, and it's going to be a professional call, trying to keep it professional. I got so PO'd when somebody told me it wasn't going to happen. Guys, that was the major driver for me, is all the haters in the world, all the people that ever made fun of my mom for being poor, and kids that made fun of me for wearing short pants or being on the free lunch in school, you know, all that stuff right there. Guys, that was my major driver. I wanted to prove so many people wrong. Is that okay? Is that okay? I want you guys to know, guys, it is okay to have your own emotional. Entrepreneurs and champions, they have different things that drive them. Some of y'all might be on here for the kids. Some of y'all might be on here for the program. But you know what? There's a couple different ways that you guys can go out there and drive yourselves. Like, everybody's got their own emotional driver. The crusade, an emotional driver resulting from something that disturbed you to act, either short-term or long-term. So basically, what is your crusade? My crusade eventually became is we had so many Body by Vi champions that were coming on. I slowly started to believe, I'm like, holy cow, we might just be responsible for ending obesity in Michigan. And then all of a sudden it was, man, we might be responsible for ending obesity in the Midwest. And then it became, man, we might be responsible for ending obesity in the nation. And now I truly believe, you know, especially with the culture that we've all created, you've all created, I believe that we will be a major force when it comes to eliminating obesity. You don't have to be ashamed. You know, I personally believe that. So that's just one of the crusades right there. And then of goals, of course. And what are your personal drivers? Goal is a personal driver that is time-stamped, documented, measurable, and achievable, which will align with your why, dream, crusade. So actually, real quick, hold on 2 seconds. Blake, are you ready, or are you just jumping on to listen to us here for a little bit?
Hey, buddy, I'm just jumping on. I know I'm a little bit early. I just wanted to listen to a little bit of your conversation here. So keep rocking, my man. I'm enjoying it.
All right, perfect. Just give me a text when you're ready, and then I'll just keep yapping. So guys, those are the part of the Why Dreams Crusades. So just remember this, like we talked about. We got to mute somebody here. Oh, they're off now. So just remember this, guys. If you will never, like, we're all smart human beings. We all know what to do. We all figure stuff out. When you jumped into parenting, were you scared to death? For everybody that has kids, you were scared to death, okay? But you knew the why you had those kids. You knew why you were a parent. Did you figure out the how? You always do. You always do. Because you weren't depending on somebody else to raise your kid. You raised your kid. You knew why you were doing it. You'd figure out the how. This is the exact same thing as this business right here. If you're constantly dependent on somebody else to raise your babies, you know, if you don't know why you're doing this, you won't figure out the how. You are all very intelligent beings right here. This is why I'm so excited for you. And a lot of you that are on this particular call right here, if not all of you, y'all have what it takes. You have all the skill sets that it takes to go out there and be a $1,000, $2,000 a month earner, or lead a group of 15 to 25 people, 15 to 25 mommies, 15 to 25 leaders, 15 to 25, whatever it is that you want to do in this company. Every single one of you on here has that. But if you never know the why, you will never figure out the
Action.
No. If you never know why,
How?
You never know why, you'll figure out the how. So I apologize, I went deep on that one here. So which leads us into this right here. Which is my favorite training, my favorite exercise that I've heard ever since that I've gotten myself into entrepreneurship. And it's the 4 levels of learning by Abraham Maslow. So what the 4 levels of learning are, has anybody ever heard the 4 levels of learning? I love this training right here because I'm going to tell you why and where everybody hits that roadblock. The first level of learning is, number 1, unconscious incompetence, meaning that you don't know that you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You guys ever heard that expression before? You don't know what you don't know. You know, so that one right there goes without saying. There's just a lot of things out there right now that, you know, you just don't know what you don't know. Level 2 is conscious incompetence, meaning that you know that you don't know. Like for me, I never knew that the electronics and all that stuff right there until I actually met Carol. I didn't know what I didn't know. Like I didn't even know how to turn on a computer pretty much until I met Carol, you know what I mean? Then I got to the point where I met her and then I knew that I didn't know. And I think I'm still at that point right now. I know that I don't know.
You pretend you don't know, but you do. And I know you do.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and not tell everybody that, especially with the founder of the company on. I'd appreciate if you just kept that one to yourself. That'd be amazing. And the rest of the other leaders. Now, how am I supposed to get them to do my work now when they think that and know that? Thank you very much. So, so number 2, conscious incompetence, meaning that you know that you don't know. So, for instance, a lot of you, when you got into VI, you didn't know what you didn't know. You didn't know that this type of life was available, okay? And that's like that within a lot of things. Number 2 is competence, conscious incompetence, like we talked about, is you know that you don't know. Like, you know that you don't know, you're not an expert in VI yet. You know that you're not an expert in maybe leadership yet. You know that you're not an expert in maybe how to acquire customers yet. You know that, and what happens is the more that you are in repetition, the more that you are falling on your face, the more that you know, the more deeper that you know the reason why you're doing this business, it makes you keep wanting to go out there and fall on your face to go out there and figure out. And eventually, you start getting really good. Because conscious competence, which is the level of learning number 3, is meaning that you know that you know. This is my favorite level of learning, number 3. It means that you know now. Because, you know, did you guys ever get good at something by falling on your face a few times and just adjusting? You know, you're figuring out how. You go out there, you do a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like, after the first few times, you're like, oh man, I know this. I know this because you did it a few times, right? And then level number 4 is unconscious competence, meaning you do it so naturally you don't even have to think about. Does anybody have anything in their lives, just by show of hands, do you guys have something in your life that you're so good at, you're doing it so natural because you've done it so many times, you can do it with your eyes closed? Anybody? Anybody with their hand up? If you're not, you ain't living, because you got to have something in your life that you do so naturally because you've done it so many times. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Guess where everybody quits at? Guess what level everybody quits at? Carol says 3. Dre says 2. Guess where everybody quits at? 4. Amanda says 4. Anybody else want to take a stab? Are you saying 1 or you got your hand on your mouth, Katie? 2. Rachel, you're saying 2. Dave says 2. Okay, guys. Number 2 meaning says you know that you don't know. You know that you don't know. Where everybody quits at is you know that you know. This is quite interesting. Everybody quit. Why would everybody quit at level 3 when now you know that that you can do this? You know that you know how to go out there and get a customer. You know that you have all the capability and all the potential it takes to go out there and bring a promoter and now to duplicate them. Why in the world at number 3 would the most people quit at number 3?
Fear.
Takes you out of your comfort zone.
Fear. At that point, it's not a fear of failure anymore, you guys. It's not a fear of failure. What is it a fear of?
Failing.
Yeah, fear of success.
Fear of success. Not a fear of failure anymore at that point. It's a fear of success. And I have dealt with this my whole life. When you grow up with nothing that your whole life, why is it that when I grew up with nothing my whole life, I wanted success my whole life, right? I wanted out of that life, right? But how come I self-sabotage myself so much when I got started in a business? Every time something good started happening in my business, I would take my foot off the gas pedal and I would self-sabotage myself in this business. Why is that? Why is it that when stuff would start going good, I would stop returning calls to my promoters, or I would stop doing what it took. Why would I stop doing that?
Afraid to lead.
I was afraid to lead. I had been so pre-programmed in my life so long that is what my life was. That was the destiny of my life. Like, I was so used to not having nothing for so long that when I actually started having something, I didn't know what the heck to do with it. Like, I was like, I started all of a sudden having, like, nobody would listen to me. Nobody would follow me. And then once I actually made the decision that I was actually going to do this, once I let it all go, once I threw all fear out the window, the funny thing about fear was I got addicted to being afraid. I got addicted to being afraid because if I wasn't afraid, what position was I in? Was I in a good position or was I in not a good position? If I was afraid, was I growing or not growing?
Growing.
Growing. So it got to the point where every single time I was in fear, every single time I was afraid, what happened is I got to the point where I programmed my brain where I knew I was in the right position, but I constantly wanted to quit at level number 3 because I knew I could do this. It was a fear of failure. And then what I would do is I would stop myself from growing. So interesting. Everyone quits at level 3 because it's an uncomfortable stage and we must get past this stage. The things that you've mastered in life, the only way you get to level 4 is repetition, 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 repetition. You guys ever think that the thought ever went through your toddler's mind when they were trying to walk and after they fell 50,000 times, do you ever think that they've sat there and went, you know what, maybe walking just isn't for me? Do you ever think that they thought that? Huh? No, because they weren't programmed to know that yet. You know, if you were born, if you think that that's just who you are as a person, you're wrong. Because if that is so, if you think that fear holds you back, then you would have never went out there and learned how to walk. Okay? Because you would have been pre-programmed that way right there. You're programmed to figure it out. You're designed to figure it out. Whatever it is that's in your way, you guys are designed to figure that stuff out. This is what I love about this life. This is what I love about this business, because eventually when you master the repetition in this business, it pays you residual. You guys like the sound or the power of residual income in this business? This is what attracts a lot of people into this industry. My favorite part is you never start from zero. So there's 3 things that we do in this business. We gather customers. We build a team of promoters, and we duplicate 1 and 2. That's all we do. There's 3 things we do in this business. We gather customers, we build a team of promoters, and then we just duplicate number 1 and number 2 over and over and over and over and over again. So with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and bring on the founder of our company here, because I know he's been listening to us here for a few minutes, and he's got a special message that he'd like to deliver you guys. This gentleman needs no introduction, and as soon as he's done, I'm actually going to give us our action steps leaving this call, because I want to respect your guys' time. But guys, this is a huge deal. This is the founder of our company that's jumping on, taking time out of his night with his family right now to pour into us, to dive into us, and just to share his heart. I mean, he's taking the time out. This is, who he's chosen, the one team, one dream culture. So you guys should be proud of yourself that he's able to come on and work directly with us. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to none other than our co-founder, president of the company, and the gentleman that's going to take this company to number 1, I believe, someday, Mr. Blake Mallon. Over to you.
Well, thank you, Josh. Hello, everybody. I'll give you the disclaimer that I am mobile right now, so I'm hoping the service holds out for me. I'm going to keep my video off so that way the audio comes through. Josh, am I coming through pretty clear?
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah, we're getting every other word there.
Better?
There you go.
Okay, cool. Am I coming through clearly on your end?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, first and foremost, guys, I did scroll through when Josh was talking and saw all your faces. So how are you guys enjoying the information tonight?
Yes.
Amazing.
I just wanted to hear some voices. I know you guys are all muted there. I love it. I love it. First and foremost, I want to applaud you. I wanted to log in early just.
We're losing you. Is everybody else losing him?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's Breaking Bad.
Hello, hello.
All right. Probably driving through the Pacific Coast Highway right now. So, I'll have him yell at us when he jumps back on here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll go ahead and do is the gathering customers is the number one main game. So the action step first, what you're going to do is we want to make sure that we are all jumping into challenge groups. So who right now has their own challenge group that they're running? Everybody's running their own challenge group. Can you send me the phone number? Can somebody send me the phone number, how we do that? I don't remember how we do that. There's like a phone number that we do. Jimmy does it all the time.
Hold on, Josh. I might have to jump off and log back in to find it. Hold on.
Okay.
Josh, did it create a calendar event in your calendar when you set this meeting? If so, that number's usually in there.
Yeah, this is my lid though, so I don't think my Zoom.
Did you find it, Josh?
Is it that 646?
It's going to have, all I know is when I found it before, I always have to like schedule a meeting and then it will give me like the link to send out. So maybe you can trick it and say that you're scheduling a meeting for later and it will give you the number. Because it's not showing me anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in here so that way we got this because I want to make sure they have all this. So I think I just got the number I just sent him. So I think he's going to be dialing in here. But the first, we want to make sure that we're joining a challenge group and that we want to make sure that we're all ordering off of our own menu. So who wants to get a $500? Who wants to max out their $500 in free product on this call here? Every single person wants to max out their $500 in free product. So just off the top of your heads, how much in customers do you need to max out your $500 in free product? Rachel, don't answer.
1,500.
$1,500 in customers. So what we're going to show you guys on this here is, oh, there he is. I think that's him.
Hey, Josh, is that better?
Yeah, way better. We got you.
Okay, my apologies, guys. Of course, I have service the whole time until it's time for me to talk. That's how it works. Am I coming through clear, Josh?
Perfectly.
Okay. My apologies, guys, for that. All I was saying is I applaud each and every one of you. I was scrolling through and watching you guys take notes as Josh was talking, and it's always inspiring to see a group of entrepreneurs that are willing to do what it takes. And that's what you guys are doing right now. You're doing what it takes, right? You're logging on to the information on a Sunday. You're learning from some of the best of the best, and you're learning valuable information to grow your business, to achieve your goals, to support your team, and to be the leader that you guys are capable of. So I just wanted to applaud each and every one of you guys. And don't take this for granted. I was sitting here listening to the information Josh was giving, and I remember the first time I learned this, right? It was a similar format. First time I started learning information like this, and it was life-changing for me. And I want you guys to know the the value in the Drive to AD program, it truly is priceless. And it truly is something that can change your entire financial future and the legacy for your family. It's a program, guys, that I was thinking, just the amount of input that has gone into the information you're receiving is probably somewhere near 75 years of collective experience in the industry. And, you know, it's the information that has minted millionaires, has, you know, minted six-figure earners, and it's a proven system. So I know you guys know that. You accepted the invitation. You're a part of this group. You're obviously putting the energy into learning it. You know, one of the VI-isms there is, you know, be present. And I just challenge you guys as you're going through this, make sure you put the value on the information, you know, because it is something that truly can be life-changing. And where else in the world can you get a game plan that has a collective 75 years of experience, that has minted millionaires, all on paper, A to Z, 1, 2, 3, and then paired with a mentor that is, you know, that someone like Josh and Carol, you know, with the biggest hearts in the world, that want to pour into you, that want you to succeed as much as you want to succeed. It's just truly, guys, an awesome program, pairing, you know, mentors with people that want the mentorship and that are willing to go out there and take the information and turn it into action. So anyway, I just wanted to applaud you guys for being who you are, for putting the energy into this, and just say, don't take the system for granted. And don't take, you know, Mr. Quady here and the leadership you guys have for granted, because it is definitely something that is special, and something that if you take the information and you follow the instruction, you guys are going to get the results that you're looking for. So Josh, I know you haven't gone over your action steps yet. Is it okay if I take a couple minutes just to give a little insight on something I'm excited about?
Yeah, you're the founder. You for permission. Okay, I'm actually.
No, I'm going to ask for permission, number one, just to make sure. Number two, because I want to make sure I'm still not talking to myself. So I'm going to ask for some feedback. You know, Josh asked me to jump on, guys, and just share a few words on kind of what I'm most excited about right now. And if I were to ask you guys that question, just, you know, real quick, off the cuff, you guys can answer all at once. You know, if I were to ask you as an individual, as a person, right, as a Visalian, go ahead and take yourself off mute. What are you guys just most excited about right now? And if you guys were to answer me on 3, just go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm just curious what you guys are most excited about. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and tell me what you guys are most excited about.
Family challenge.
Okay.
Raising my leadership lid.
Mentors.
Helping families gain financial freedom.
Watching people lose weight and get healthy.
I love it. I love it. I can feel some energy behind those voices. And I heard quite a variety of answers, which was awesome. Makes me smile. You know, guys, there's a lot to be excited about right now. What's going on throughout the VI community? There's definitely an energy. You know, there's a vibrance. There's magic starting to happen all across the VI community. So there's a lot to be excited about. If I were to answer the question, like what I'm most excited about right now, I think it would have to be just timing as a whole. And it goes on a lot of levels when I say timing, right? Because that answer is kind of cliche when it comes to business. Timing is everything. But the reason they say it's a cliche is because it's true. Timing really is everything. And when I look at timing right now for all of us, we're truly at a very interesting point in time. You look at what's going on in the world today, and I'm not going to dwell on it, and I'm not going to get on a soapbox. And, you know, all of us can't turn on the television without some news blasting us about some disaster of today or some tragedy of today or, you know, some new attack of today. And I mean, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy what we're going through just as a world today, right? As a population of human beings today. And I'm not going to go into the details of everything that we're getting bombarded with, but I'm going to summarize it with the world today is more in need of hope than I think it ever has been. You know, any time that I can remember, the world is more in need of hope today. You know, there's a lot of pain out there, right? There's a lot of pain that people are in for a variety of reasons, and that pain is manifesting itself in, you know, all kinds of different tragic events. And I look at it and generalize that it's people in pain for a variety of different circumstances, and it's people in need of hope, right? There's more of a need of connection. There's more of a need of community. There's more of a need of positive influence. There's more of a need, if I were to say, you know, dare I say, there's more of a need for, you know, a community like VI and a mission like our mission, a mission of life, health, and prosperity, in my opinion, has never been more in need on a worldly level right now. You know, I think people are in need of what we have. And, you know, I see that, and some of you guys can probably agree with me or relate with me on this one. And I see that as interesting timing on a worldly level. Am I coming through still, Josh? I hear a little bit of an echo there.
Yeah, I just muted him.
Okay, thank you. And you guys, you know, that's at the highest level, and, you know, you can't ignore that because we're all facing it every single day. When you look at the VI level, when you look at the company, you know, I'm flat out excited. Obviously, you know, some of you guys may have been with us at our shareholder event this past weekend. I'm sure all of you heard some of the news or felt some of the energy of our leaders coming off the event. And I'm very excited about where we're at as a company at this point in time. You know, a year and a half ago, my partners and I made the biggest move of our entrepreneurial career in buying back the company, right? You know, we made a $143 million, you know, bet, right? And I call it a bet, but really it's not a bet. It's a $143 million, you know, move or decision because of our belief in what we do, our love for what we do, and our confidence that what we have done is barely scratched the surface of what we're all capable of doing. And obviously one of the very first things we did is we said, look, for this next season, for this next wave, for the future of VI, we want as many other owners, people that are passionate about our mission, people that, you know, want to own it, people that want to be shareholders. We want to give them a chance to. And just out of curiosity, guys, I know this is Drive to AD, and I know you're focused on running the Rising Star and Area Director, but just out of curiosity, do any of you guys plan on being shareholders in this company before the end of this year? You can go ahead and just say your name if you plan on it, if that's on your goal list, it's on your dream board. Any of you guys have shareholder on your goal list? Go ahead and shout your name before the end of the year.
Dre Smith.
Morning.
Antonio.
Josh and Girl want more.
Katie Wiggins.
I love it. I love it. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I just wanted to hear, because I know that we're focused on first things first, as we should be. But I love hearing that you guys are chasing that. And the reason that my partners and I put that out there is we want you and your families to have a piece in what we do today and what we do tomorrow and what we do 10 years from today. And we want people united around our mission to bring it to the world. You know, so we bought back the company, and I'd say most of last year was really just deciding the direction we needed to go, developing the strategy that we needed we felt we needed to implement to become the company we're capable of, making the decisions and the shifts we needed to make. And I'd say most of this year was spent implementing those decisions and those strategies. And you guys have seen a lot of the, you know, the rollouts and the launches and the product expansions and the custom kits and the promotions and all the things that have rolled out this year, as a result of really that buyback and deciding where we need to go to take the company into the future. And when I say we're at an interesting point in time, it's because I feel like with the launch of the VI Family Challenge being kind of the cherry on top, I feel like everything is perfectly in place right now to do something absolutely amazing and absolutely outstanding. I feel like, you know, all the pieces of the puzzle have been perfectly laid in place, and we got this beautiful picture that's ready to be brought to the world. And it's time to press go. I mean, it's time to press go in a massive, massive way. It's time to go create a movement. It's time to go take everything that's now in place and bring it to the world with more excitement, more enthusiasm, more urgency, you know, than we ever have. And I believe that's the energy that's starting to brew right now. So I'm just sharing with you guys my personal beliefs. You know, what I'm most excited about, I see opportunity in the world. I see there's a bigger need for who we are, what we stand for, and what we have than ever before. I think the VI of today is the strongest VI we've ever had, and I think everything is perfectly in place to press go. And to go bring the VI Family Challenge, you know, to families in neighborhoods and communities and cities and states and eventually countries all over the world. I think the timing's there. And the last thing that I'll put in your guys' ear, and the reason I wanted to get on this phone call, is because with those stars lining up, that opens up a window of opportunity. That opens up a door of opportunity, right? That opens up, you know, a massive, massive window for a team to step up and say, you know what, everything's here. Now is the time. We can come together and make an impact.
and we can go out there and become the catalyst, become the story, become the pace car of this whole next season or whole next chapter of Vi. And I look at what this team, one team, one dream, the culture you guys are creating, the values that you guys represent, the leadership, right, with, Josh, Carol, Jimmy, a lot of the leaders that are leading this team, Leanne, Jason, et cetera. And I see you guys as a perfect representation of what Vi stands for. And I want you guys to see the value in what you have, and I want you guys to see the time that's here. So, you guys, that's what I'm most excited about. I'm most excited about the timing, and if there's anything you can take from all of that, it's whatever pace you have been running, whether that be, you've been doing a couple hours a week or, a little more, you've been doing a walk or you've been doing a jog or you've been doing a run, whatever pace you have been running, my challenge to you guys would be to take it up a few notches, right? Raise your standard a few levels, right? Set your goals a little bit higher. Add a little more urgency in your voice because the timing right now is truly something special. I believe the dots are aligning, and I believe that this team is about to do something extraordinary, and I believe you guys have all of the elements you need to do it for yourself and your families. So anyway, I just wanted to get on and share my enthusiasm with that. Thank you guys for everything you're doing to bring our mission to the world. I appreciate you. I applaud you for being a team investing in yourself in this group. Don't take the system for granted. Don't take your leadership for granted. You're working with amazing people. And you guys, if you give into the system, if you just give into the system, when Josh gives you these action steps, right, if you just give into the system and follow them, you follow the system to a T. He says, do this, you do it. He says, read this, you read it. He says, call this, you call it. If you follow the system, guys, and commit to the system will not let you down, right? You're going to get the results that you're looking for. So, Josh, my man, that's what I'm most excited about is the timing. I appreciate everything you're doing. I know you got to wrap up your call and go through some action items. Anything else you need from me on my end before I hop off?
I just want to express our gratitude and thank you so much for jumping on here and pouring into this, and for just reaching out to us like you did. So,
yes, thank you, Blake.
Thank you guys. You guys, it's time. I'm telling you, I've done this for 17 years. I know when the dots align. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like, and I know what's happening right now in the world of Vi. And I see a path for you guys so clearly. Raise your standard. Increase your pace. Take it up a few levels. And let's make some things happen and start now because times like this, guys, don't come around very often, and we're about to go into a very exciting phase, and you guys are positioned to be at the forefront of it. So grab it and run. Sound good?
Thank you, Blake.
Thank you, Blake.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Josh, I'll kick it back to you.
all right. Thank you very much. Well, you guys, would you look at that? Would you just look at it? So, no, that's absolutely, that's cool. That right there is sweet. And I'm going to tell you why, just because, Blake's been doing this for 17. I've been in for about, 8 or 9 years. Carol and I have been in that. And we've been praying for this opportunity for so long. I'm like, man, one day we're going to be positioned just right as the momentum's hinting. And now the company's in momentum. And One Team, One Dream literally has the best foundation for it. And we are just beyond blessed to be in this situation. So whether you're on this and you just want to if you just want to lead, yourself to maybe making an extra $500 or $1,000 a month, that's you just managing 10 to 15 customers, or maybe you just want to lead 5 to 10 people to 1,000 PBV. You're making $1,500 a month and the company's paying you to drive around a black luxury car. Or if you want to lead 24 people to get a free Premier kit, now you're a shareholder in a multi-billion-dollar company. It's just the messaging is so simple right now, and a lot of times we just overcomplicate it. The thing I'm going to finish off here with before I go into the last action items, closing steps, is, guys, we get in life what we tolerate. Okay, you get in life what you tolerate. So if you tolerate people to not listen to you, if you tolerate, mediocrity in your life, if you tolerate poverty in your life, if you tolerate anybody talking to you, anybody talking down to you, you'll continue to get that into your life. But if you don't tolerate nothing less for the best of your family, if you don't tolerate anything less than the best from yourself, and us on this call right here, here's my challenge to you. What is very easy is to jump on this every week for an hour and then just put your phone down and have it at the ceiling and just listen. Now, would that be intentionally learning, or would that be going through the motions learning?
Going through the motions.
That would be going through the motions. What I'm going to challenge you guys is every single week, Sunday night, 8 p.m., we give it our all. We block out the world, and we are intentional in what we're doing. We got the camera on. We got the thing on. We come to the call ready to give up our action steps. We come ready to come to the call with our victories. We come to play intentional. And if you come to play intentional, and if you come to like literally, because is it fair for half the team, half the people to come to this lid and not give it their all to you guys when you're giving your all? We need to come to this lid, taking care of these action steps, plugging in, knowing that, because like if you want to treat this, if you want this company to pay you tens of thousands of dollars or thousands of dollars or whatever it is per month, you want to give whatever you want to get, whatever it is that you're giving back. So guys, that right there is, I'll guarantee you, step one is we need to be in tune. We need to be intentional, because we need to be able to see each other's faces. We need to be able to hear each other's voices. We need to be able to go through, can entrepreneurship be tough?
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurship can be tough. Okay? Is entrepreneurship be lonely sometimes?
Yes.
Entrepreneurship mess with your head sometimes. Guys, that's why so few people succeed at entrepreneurship. The reason why One Team, One Dream is so strong, the reason why we have the longest longevity out there of any other companies right now is because we all work together. We all give it our all. We all give so much. Everybody's hearts are so strong. We've accumulated a bunch of people that have huge hearts. And so what it is what I'm asking you guys is put your intentionality behind this. Because whatever you guys give, you're going to get back tenfold. Whatever you give, you're going to get back tenfold. Okay? So if you're giving back 10, you're going to get 100. If you get 1,000, you're going to give back, what is that, 10,000? I can't believe I had to think about that there for a minute. If you're giving back 0, what's 0 times 10? What's 0 times 10?
Zero.
0. So if you're giving in 0 and you're just coming on and, oh, well, this person and that person, you're just leaving and not giving it, or it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, whose responsibility for our own success? Who's responsible for our own success?
We are.
We are. It is nobody's fault. Everybody has deaths in their life. Everybody has sickness in their life. Everybody has the devil constantly trying to attack them. Everybody is going through the exact same thing on their own different level. You know what I mean? And you're either going into a storm
Or you're coming out of one.
Or you're in one.
Or you're in one. You're either in a storm, you're going into a storm, or you're driving out of a storm. Okay? So there's 3 things that are happening right now. So guys, that right there is where I want to live. So here's what I'll leave you guys off with. Your network. Your network is your key. Your network is your business. Your network is the lifeblood. So do you guys have a hardcover notebook? Do you guys actually have a hardcore list? Your network. Do you have your network stored in your hardcover book? Guys, this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all my network right here. Okay, these are my networks right here. I've had these since 2007, 2008. This is my network. I still feed off this every single day. This is what I'm relaunching my business with here, right here. Your network is your business. It's the lifeblood. So you have to develop a master list of contacts from your cell phone, from your email, from your social media, business cards, old address books, etc. The size of your list determines the size of your business. Do not prejudge anybody. Those who you think will, won't. Those who you think won't, will. Anybody run into that yet in their business? Those who you think won't, will. And those who you think will, won't. Man, I just know my best friend's going to jump in me with you on this one. I just know my mama's going to be the first one to order the product. Nope. Still not on it. Still not on it. Still not on it. So guess what? You're not alone there, okay? You're not alone. It's a simple numbers game. If I were to give you guys $20, if you guys had till midnight tonight and I was going to give you $20 for each name that you wrote down, how many names would you guys have for me by midnight?
500.
1,000.
Who else?
1,000.
1,000? Who else? You got till midnight. You got 3 hours. How many names would you guys come up with? If I give you $20 for each name, how many guys would you guys come up with?
1,500.
1,500. All right, 1,500. I'll go with that one right there, 1,500. Actually, let's go with 1,000. That's right in the middle, 1,000.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Double check my math here. Yeah, 1,000 towards 20 is 20,000. So just double checking. So did you guys know that if you guys go out there and you wrote down 1,000 names, if you guys wrote down 1,000 names, you wouldn't even have to do that. If you wrote down 1,000 names, somebody would give you $20,000, okay? But did you guys know that if you guys actually ran out there, ran to the point where you helped 24 families, okay? 24 families earn a free Premier kit that we would pay you, you guys listening to this? We would pay you $20,000 every single quarter. So would you rather have the $1,000 to $20,000 by midnight tonight once, or would you rather have that $20,000 every quarter?
Every quarter.
Every quarter.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a simple numbers game. It is a simple numbers game. The moment that you know the reason why you're doing this, does it matter if Mama don't want to buy a shake yet? Does it matter if Aunt Sally says that, you know what? Yeah, I'm 100 pounds overweight, but this is what you should be doing for your health. You know what I mean? Everybody's an expert. Everybody's got their own opinion, don't they? It's a simple numbers game. It is a simple numbers game. You can't take it personally. How many people have ever been a waiter at a restaurant? Okay. So, Amanda, did you ever serve coffee when you were a server at a restaurant?
All the time, because I was a bartender for 16 years, so.
So did anybody ever say no when you asked for coffee?
A few of them, yeah.
So did you ever break out into tears and start flipping out when somebody said no, that they didn't want coffee?
No.
No, why?
Because that was their choice at that time.
That was their choice at that time. Did it ever prevent you from asking anybody else if they wanted more coffee?
Absolutely not.
This is exactly the same way that this is, guys. You can't take it personal. What I simply did when I got started is I made a list of 300. I reached out to all 300 of them in about 120 days. 30 said yes. Those 30 were the whole core of my whole business to this day. But what I never stopped doing was I never just stopped diving down into my team, and I never waited for somebody else to build my business. I constantly wanted the information. I constantly wanted to grow. I craved for information. I craved to lead them so bad. And I wanted it more for them. Does that ever drive you guys nuts, how you can want it so bad for somebody else and they don't want it? They have to want it too. So 20% of the people in your business will do 80% of the work. So how many of that out of 10 aren't here to do work? They're just here for the hugs. They're just here for the culture.
8.
8 out of the 10 people that come into your business are just here for the hugs. They're just here to get a couple customers. They're here to show up and get the high fives. They're here for the growth. Is that okay?
Yes.
Absolutely. You guys are part of the 20%. You want to grow. Your job is to find an environment for the 80% that 80% wants to come and hang out with. Your job is to find the environment that the 80% of the people wants to continue to come back to. So, guys, our time is up. I know Blake was on here and went a little bit longer. So our action steps right here are join a challenge group. I'm actually going to repost this too here in case you guys don't have this. So join a challenge group.
George, I'm sorry, Josh, can we create a challenge group as well?
Yes, you can create a challenge group. Set up your Premier Kit. I would suggest set your Premier Kit next month for $500. You don't have to order the $500 kit right now, but I would set my Premier Kit for $500. Why?
So I can get it free when I get 1,500.
Correct. And if you have your Premier Kit set for $500 right now, how many customers, how much volume worth of customers do you have to get by the end of the month to get that kit for free?
1,500.
1,500. Now let's say if you only got $1,200 in customers and you got a $500 Premier Kit, what does that mean?
You have to spend $100.
No, spend $50. Right?
Yep.
Get 15% off.
15% off and free shipping.
Look at you, smarty pants.
So let's say by the end of the month you don't get 1,500, but you get 1,200. Okay. How they're getting that math, you guys, is $1,200 worth of customers divided by 3 equals 400. Okay. Your $500 Premier Kit is going to be $450 after the discount, right? 15% discount. So you have eligible for 400 points because you get 1,200 customers divided by 3. The price is $450. You guys think that that's worth it, paying $50 for $500 worth of groceries?
Absolutely.
Guys, this is mind-blowing. How many families out there right now are going right to the middle of the grocery store because that's where all the cheap food is? That's where all the carb food is. That's where all the sugar food is. That's where all the sodium food is. Is the middle of the grocery store keeping America overweight and unhealthy?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Why are they not hanging around the outside of the grocery store?
Because it costs more money.
It costs more money. If they lived on the outside of the grocery store, do you think that the obesity rate would probably drop by 20% just off that right there alone?
Definitely.
Probably higher than that, eh?
Right.
So our job is with the Family Challenge is to plug into the Family Challenge. If you haven't watched overview.vi.com, I'd go watch that bad boy. I would dig into the Family Challenge like no other. It is the most viral marketing message I've ever seen in my whole life, my whole career. Get your family on a challenge because now your whole family is able to dig into that Premier Kit. Okay? Your whole family is able to dive into that. It's an easy message to reach out with. You guys are all accountability partners. We all grow together here. So that's the set number 2. Set up your Premier Kit to $500. Number 3, expand your network list to 300 names, 100 to 300 names. What we're going to do is we're going to contact a minimum of 3 per day. We're going to contact a minimum of 3 per day. Okay? 300, name a list of 300. Put them in this book right here. Don't prejudge. Don't get scared to write them down. Okay, we're gonna 300. We're gonna reach out to 3 per day. We're gonna set up 2 challenge hours with our team leaders. So we're gonna set up 2 challenge hours, and then we're gonna schedule our own challenge party because that's how we're gonna launch the Family Challenge. We're gonna all schedule our own challenge party. Our goal there is to get 1 customer or 1 promoter from our own party. The reason why, guys, is, you've already been in a company before. Well, I've already thrown a party. I've already thrown this. The reason why it's so different right now is because that Family Challenge is so dang viral, it's not even funny. It's a message that connects to more people than we've ever had before. It's always been about an individual challenge. Now it's actually about family challenge. So that's why it's so important we go out there and throw our own party. Carol's even throwing her own challenge party this week here again. Yeah!
Go, girl.
I might not be there for her, so not sure. Might have to do this one on her own. And then the last action step is schedule at least 2-on-1, at least 2-on-1 sit downs with higher level contacts. So maybe a teacher, coach, or a pastor or something like that. Now the videos that you guys got to watch on getvetnow.com are, what the heck is it? They are Why Dream Crusades by Kyle Passetti. Make sure you guys really watch this video by next Sunday night because people are going to be sharing and you don't want to be lost. So Why Dream Crusades by Kyle Passetti. The 4 Levels of Learning by Nick Sarnicola. And Your Network by Rod Schulhauser. So make sure you watch those 3 videos and you have your list of 300. And outside of the action steps that I'm going to post on the site here in a little bit, what else do we got to make sure that you email me?
Or why?
Why? And
Contract.
the contract signed. So let's see who actually does that by Tuesday night at 5 o'clock. I wonder who's going to do it. I wonder who's going to do it. So even if you've already done it, please send it to me. So I'm going to post these action steps right here. Let's all be intentional. Email me your reason why. And email me the contract. And other than that, are you guys ready to launch? Are you guys ready to do this? Are you guys ready to show them what One Team, One Dream is all about?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
About to get rowdy up in this. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Next Sunday, 8 o'clock, we will only be on for 40 minutes, 30 minutes to 40 minutes. This is the welcome call, 30 to 40 minutes next Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Love you guys. Peace out.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Nice.